Hello all, welcome to DNR channel. This is Gayatri from Computer Science Department, DNR College. Today I am going to discuss a topic on SQL data types. Here we are going to see the SQL data types. Here are some different kinds of data types such as numeric data types, date and time data types, character and string data types, Unicode character string data types, and binary data types. Right, in numeric data types you used to store all the data types in the form of numerical values like 1 2 3 or decimal format, like that. In date and time data types you used to store the data like date, date of the day, time, and date and time, etc. And characters means alphabets such as characters, varchar, text. These kind of data you used to store in the character and string data types. Right, in Unicode character string data type you used to store some characters like characters and text, all those in examples you can see. And in binary data types you used to store the binary kinds of values. So let us tease one by one. See, in numeric, while coming to the numeric, we used to have all the numbers, decimal point values, and all these kinds of data. Right, as you are seeing the tabular format, used to store bit values like 0 or 1. From bit means 1 bit means 1, 0 to 1, and tiny int 0 to 255. As you can see in the tabular format, int and decimal points, numerical float kind of value, some decimal point of values used to store in float and real, like this. And after that, date and time, you used to write the date for any kind of information or anything. We used to prefer the date, like how we used to write the date: day, month, and year. So these kinds of data all will be stored in date and time data types. Right, here we used to use these kinds of data types. Here you can see in the tabular format, here these all are the data types. Right, these all are the data types, and here this is the description, what does this data type does. Right, these kinds of data types used to store all the data related to the date and time. Right, after that, let's go to the another slide. Here you used to store all the data types, all the data that is in the form of characters. Right, in C or in Java you had already learned that characters used to be in alphabetical format. In arrays concept and in pointers concept we used to learn these kinds of data types. Right, so to write a name, while you are going to write a name, you need some alphabets, so that all the alphabets used to store in some data type, and that data types are character data type. Right, you are already known. Likewise, we are going to learn a new subject. Again, I am going to revise all the kinds of data types. What is the use of data types means, used to store some data. The data used to be stored in different type of data type. For storing something we are using different kinds of data types. Right, so that which type we are using we are going to learn here. So in while storing some characters, all these kinds of alphabets, we are using some different kinds of data types like char, varchar, and varchar maximum, and text. By using these data types we can store the data that is in characters. In the next one we are going to see Unicode characters and string data types. Here we had preferred the data types like n character, n-var character and n-var character maximum. Here we are having a different length for every characters. In the previous slide also you had seen for character they are up to 8,000 characters. It means we can store up to 8,000 characters by using char, right? Like nvr char we can store 4,000 characters, and in at here we can variable length storage which provide maximum characters. Here we will produce some maximum of characters, right? And going to the next one, here we are going to store the data types like binary data types. Here those all will be in the form of bytes. You can see different data types we are using, such as binary, var binary maximum, and image. Sometimes we used to store the images also. Images used to occupy some kind of memory, right? So because of that we are using to all these kinds of data types. Before completing this topic, data types topic, what is the purpose of using data types? Means why we are going to use data types? Because to store some data in a particular place or in a particular location, we need some data types. Because of that we are using different types of data types. For characters we are using some different kinds of data types. For numerical values we are using different type of data types, and for bytes we are using different types of data types. So all these will be all we are had discussed in this data types, right? SQL data types. Next we are going to see some commands, SQL commands, right? In SQL commands we are having different types of commands. Already we had seen in the previous session in SQL commands we used to have different types of commands like DDL, DML, TCL, DCL, like that. So here we are going to see the first command, that is DDL command. That we can also pronounce it as data definition language. What does it mean? What is the use of using DDL command? Let us see here. DDL or data definition language actually contains of the SQL commands that can be used to define the database schema. It specified deals with descriptions of the database schema and is used to create and modify the structure of database objects in the database, right? What is the purpose of using this DDL command? Why we are using this type of command means to create a table and to alter a table, to drop and truncate the table. We are going to use this kind of command which is called DDL. And we can see the example here, how to create a table and how to alter the table and how to drop the table. Here how to create the table, let us see the first one. The create table command defines each column of the table uniquely. Each column has minimum of 3 attributes, right? We are going to create a table. Normally to create a table what we need some rows and columns, right? So here by using these rows and columns we are using 3 attributes such as name, data type and size. Size means column width, means if we are going to take a character means alphabetical words. So we used to have a minimum length of characters. We used to define minimum length of characters, right? If we want to use up to 20 characters we used to describe there as size. Because of that we are using the size. After seeing the examples you can understand very well. So here columns are called as attributes and rows are called as tuples. You should not forget these terms because in computer science we are learning the new subject called DBMS, right? So here we are using the new words called attribute and tuples, whereas columns are called as attributes and rows are called as tuples. You should not forget because you are learning a new subject and you are learning the new terms. And coming to the next one, alter. By the use of alter table command, we can modify our existing table. What is the purpose of alter? Means already we had created a table. To modify anything in the table, we are using the alter command to modify the existing table. To modify an existing table, we are using a new command called alter, right? And coming to the third one, drop. It will destroy the table and all data which will recorded in it. Means already we had said that we had created a table and the data had been stored in the table. If you want to delete the table, if you want to destroy the overall table that what you had created before, if you want to delete the overall table and the data in the table, you will go you want a command called drop. By using this drop command, you can delete the overall table, right? Let us see here how to create a table. We need a syntax and an example to create a table. Let us see. Syntax here I had written create table, table name, column name, data type size and constraint specification, right? Here if you are going to see the example and the execution what I had done, so that you can recognize and you can know how to create a table. See the example. Here I had written SQL. Means everywhere when you are going to use the MySQL, there you will see. For example, if you had already experienced how to execute a C program, right? While you are executing a C program, there you used to have C colon, and after that you will have which drive you are going to perform. You used to create the drive, right? What you will do, D drive, and you used to keep a colon, and then if you are going to enter, from there the program will be started. So here likewise, you are doing a program, you are going to execute something else in a SQL language, right? So because of that, here for every SQL program, you used to write this SQL, right? Let us see the example. Create table. First we used to use that one because we are going to create a table. For what? Means which table we are going to create? We are going to create an employee table. If you want to create an employee table, here you used to write employee. If you want to create a student table, in the employee one, you used to write STU, student, right? Again, you had recognized and you had done and you had examined to create an employee table. In employee table, what are the fields? Means what are the attributes you want to create? You want to create an employee number. Means employee's mobile number or else employee ID. You can take any attribute, right? After that, I want to create an employee name attribute. After that, I want to create an salary of an employee. So here, to create an employee ID, we need some numbers, right? If I'm going to create an ID with 4 digits, I need value. Here I had written 4, right? You can see here I had taken number 4. Means the size of an employee ID I had taken 4. If I had entered any other number rather than, means more than 4, so that it doesn't takes, because here I had given a limit. Means I had given a size of an value that up to 4, only 4 numbers it can store. If I'm going to give another number, means if I'm going to create an ID with 5 numbers, it doesn't take, because I had given a limit. I had given a particular size for an employee number, so that it can take only 4 numbers, means 4 digits, so that I should create my ID with that should contain only 4 digits. If you want to create an ID with a 10 digits, so that here you should give number 4 instead of 4, here you will write 10, so that you can enter 10 numbers. Again, after that, coming to the employee name, here I had taken 2, right? Varchar 2 of 15 means 15 into 2, right? 30, so that I can enter 30 characters, means I can enter 30 alphabets. It's my choice. If I got any other name that had exceeded above 30, so that what I have to do, I should increase the number, or else I can increase the number inside the brackets, or else I can increase the number outside the bracket. So that how much alphabets you need to increase, it's up to you, right? After that, here you can see salary, right? If we are going, if an employee is going to take a 25,000 salary, 25, how many digits it will contain? 5 digits, right? So if 25,000, so that here I had given the size 5, so that it will be enough. If any employee is taking in lakhs, so that the decimal size won't be enough, so that you can change the number of that size. Sorry, not a number, you can say change the size for salary, so that to you had already create a table in the basis like this, like for creating an employee ID you had taken up to 4 digits size, and for employee name you had taken here 30 characters limit, and for salary you had taken 5 size, so that you can proceed with the table. For suppose you had already created a table and then you want to do some changes, you want to change the size of a salary, if you want to change the size of the salary of 6 or 8, so that what you have to do, you have to update, means you have, so not update, you have to modify the table. For that modification also you need a syntax, right? Before going to see the modification and all those, first you had taken a syntax for a table, took for the creation of the table. Let us see here. See, to enter into the SQL, first of all, here we are using SQL software, right? Here I had taken and I had opened this software, and here you can see here I had written first connect. To start your program, first you have to enter connect. After that, by pressing enter, they will give enter username, and after that enter password. Here where username you should write system, and whereas here password you used to type manager. Here you won't see the manager in letters, but you will type in the keyboard. After that, after typing the manager, if you are going to click enter button, then it will pass on a message called connected. Here you can see connected. After that, SQL only, it will show SQL, and after the belonging, all these used to be in a blank one. After typing these all, you will get this output. For creating a table, already in the previous slide you had seen the syntax and example. Based on that, I had created a table. Here I had taken employee employee 6, because while I am doing executing this, I had taken first employee 1. It had shown me the error that already employee 1 has been used, so that I had taken employee 6. By taking employee 6 means it is the table name for my table. Employee 6 is the table name. Here I had taken employee number, and the size of the employee number is 4, and employee name and the size is 30, and salary and the size is 5. Here for me, after writing this syntax, I had finished and completed the example here by writing the syntax, so that after that it has displayed for me that table has been created, means table created. Did you had observed, after the completion of this line I had written semicolon. As you all know, semicolon is used to end a particular line. So here also we had completed our syntax, so that I had ended that syntax with the semicolon. Here my table has been created. So after this, if you want to see the table which you had created, for that we need another syntax called DESE employee 6. Means to see our table, here we are using DESE, right? Why I had given employee 6? Because here I had taken my table name as employee 6. Because of that I had taken DESE employee 6, so that you can see from here the table has been created, right? Name, here there is attribute employee number, employee name and salary, and the employee size, as I told you, all had been written here, right? Likewise, now what I had explained, in this process you will execute your program, you will create a table, right? After that, here I had here you are going to know how to create table from another table. You had already created a table. By using that table you are going to create another table, right? For that we had a syntax. Here we had taken a create table, target table name as select star from source table name. Target table means the table which we are going to create a new table is taken as a target table. Here you can see the target table, and after that, as a select star from where we are going to select the table, means from employee 6, which we had already created. From employee 6, based on that employee 6 table, I am creating a new table, and I had named that new table as employee 8. In example, you can clearly see here, create table employee 8 and select star from employee 6. From employee 6, I am creating a new table called employee 8. So after creating that table, what you should do to see the created table, again you will take a syntax DESE employee 6, and after that create table employee name as select employee number e name from employee 6. Let us see the example here. Here now I had taken, see the syntax, table name employee 8 and select from employee 6, right? Already we had created employee 6 table, so that here there is no use of writing the syntax again as employee number 4, and after that employee name we care 10 or some else 2 of 15, like that. And after that what I had written in the previous syntax, like salary number 5, like that. There is no use of writing all this syntax again and again. Just a simple way to create another table from using a previous table. Here just we can write the table name. After that, after giving the syntax, I had created a new table. Here it has already displayed for me. The table had been created. See this output. This is the table what we had newly created, right? You can see here, this is the table which we had created after employee 6 table, right? By using employee 6 table, we had created employee 8 table. Now you can see the overall table here. By using this syntax, the output will be look like this. And after that, here DESC employee 9, right? Here you can see in this slide, create table 9. Again, what I am doing here, I had taken another new table called employee 9, and as select employee number ename from employee 6. Here what I am doing, I wanted to create and again another table, means third table, another shortcut. There is no need of writing again all the syntax that which we had written for creating a table. Firstly we had created no example 6, we had employee 6 table we had taken, right? There is no need of taking all the syntax that which we had written in the employee 6. This is the easiest way, right? Here what I had did, create table name employee 9, and I had selected employee name and employee number and employee name from the employee 6 table. So that what it will do, from using the employee 6 table, there I had created employee number and name, so that these two attributes will be displayed in employee 9 table. To see the table, what the output, to see the output, what we have to do, DESC employee 9 we have to give, so that the output will be displayed. See here, see you can see here employee, create table name employee 9. Here I had written the syntax table name employee 9 as select employee number ename from employee 6 table. From employee 6 table I want only two attributes called employee name and employee name, number and employee name, right? See the output I had taken like that. Because of that, here only two rows has been created, that is employee number and employee name, right? By using these two I had created another table called employee 9. Guys, do not get confused what I had done from starting. Again I am repeating, don't get confused. So first what I had did, I had taken employee 6 table name, right? I had created a table. After that what I had did, from employee 6 table I had taken another table and I named that table as employee 8. After that what I had did, I had created, I wanted to take another table with only two fields called employee number and employee name. For that I had created a name for that table as employee 9, right? Here we had created three tables of employees, table, first table as employee 6. By using first table I had created the second table and named for second table as employee 8, and after that I had taken only two attributes and created another table by using employee 6, and for that table I had named employee 9, right? After that, see how to alter or modify table. Modification means what the mistake we had done, we used to correct that mistake. See the syntax here, table, table name, modify, which column you wants to modify, that column you used to give here, and again new data type size. If you are going to modify that column, again you used to write another syntax, means not syntax, you used to give another size or some else value for that column, right? Here you can see in the example, SQL after table employee 6, alter table employee 6, modify salary. What we are modifying? We are modifying the column salary. Here we are modifying salary. There we had given varchar 2 of 4, right? See in the example, here what I had did, I had given 6. You can see here, because of to show the variation for that, because of that only here for actually for this syntax I have to give here varchar 2 of 6. Here I have to give 2 of 6. to show you the variation what I had did in the previous one, I had taken varchar 2 of 4. Instead of this, what I used to do, instead of 2 of 4, here I am giving 2 of 6. Right. See in the output, here I had written alter table employee 6 modify salary. Here what I am doing, I am going to modify the salary. Right. In which table? In employee 6 table. Here what I had did in the previous table, you can see there it used to be 2 of 4. Now what I had did, I had changed it into 2 of 6. To see the table, here we had given DESC employee 6, so that you can see the overall table. Right. After that, now here you had known how to modify a table. Right. After that, you are going to see how to drop the table. For that also we had a syntax drop table, table name. Here to drop a table, we used to give a table name. Here what I had taken, I want to drop employee 6. Right. See the example in the SQL command prompt, I had given drop table employee 6, and for the ending of that I had given semicolon, and what it has displayed, table dropped, means the table has been destroyed. Which table has been destroyed? Employee 6 table has been destroyed. Again, if you want to check whether the table has been dropped or not, if you are going to give again DASC employee 6, it won't display the table and it will give the message that it doesn't exist. So that it means the you had dropped the table, means you had destroyed the table. If you are going to destroy the table, you can't see the table which you had already created. Right. This is about dropping the table. So that in this session you had learned what are the data types in SQL and what are the commands. You had known many types of 5 types of commands like DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, all like this. So in this session you had learned only DDL command. In DDL command we have 3 operations like creating a table, altering or modifying a table, and dropping a table. Right. In the another session I will discuss with you the DCL, DML, TCL and DDL command. Sorry, not DDL, DCL commands. So that in that commands also you used to have sub operations, and all the operations how to do you can see. And another thing, you can execute these commands in SQL, not SQL, in W3 schools. Right. In that website, W3 schools website, you used to have SQL tutorial. If you are going to click on that, it will display some syntaxes and how to execute, and it used to give a space for you. In that you can execute the number of examples and you can run the syntax and all those, so that you can practice there. Even though in not only in the desktop wise, means not only in the laptops, you can also execute all these SQL commands and all these in your phone mobile also, because W3 schools will be opened in phone as well as in laptops also, so that you can work with these commands in either in laptop or else in mobile. No use of no need to wait for laptop. For everyone you used to have mobile phones, so that you can go with the mobile phones, and the website name called W3 schools. In that you should choose SQL tutorial. From that you can execute all the examples that I had taught you. So thank you all and goodbye.